Greetings, Aiden. How are you? Hey, so, something just happened here in Alaska that I'm pretty sure you felt and experienced full well, because apparently the epicenter was, like, right across the bay from you. We were just talking about this. But yeah, there was a huge earthquake. That is why I have no books on my bookcase anymore, because they all fell over. Yeah, that's the steady trail. Yeah. Seriously, my entire bookshelf fell over. What the heck? I'm pretty sure, like, out of, like, everyone in Eagle River, like, I probably suffered that. I mean, it was only 7.1. I mean, like, I'm sure, like, a few people got, like, some stuff knocked down, but my entire bookcase fell over. I have reason to believe that my room probably has taken the most damage out of everyone in, like, my neighborhood. At least. Unless it's like that one person that's like a really decrepit house and like it just happened to fall in. But anyway, the earthquake woke me up, so I figured I'd record a video and then post it tomorrow, as is my custom. So, guess what I want to talk to you today about? Ancient Egypt. That's what I want to talk to you about today. First off, again, I have said this so many times before to so many different people. Let's take a moment, let's just take a small moment out of our day and remember how extremely flipping brilliant the Egyptians were. I mean, come on. Like just spend like 5 minutes on a wiki page and like I guarantee you that you will probably find something extremely brilliant about them. I mean, their architecture alone is like top of the line. Like our top like architects cannot figure out how they built something like this without like industrial equipment. Like they were geniuses. Not only that, they also were very experienced in like arts like say astrology. I'm pretty sure they were probably pretty fluent with mathematics and different things like that, and they knew very, very well how to plant crops. In fact, that was one of their most like best qualities. This reason why they got so successful is because of crops. You see, the Nile has this really, really amazing thing where basically, like, when floodwaters would come in, it makes the ground automatically fertile without, like, having, like them to make, like, pipe works to, like, make it already fertile. Basically, what they did was, like, they pretty much, from what I understand, what I know, they pretty much, like, Minecraft style. Like, you saw this in, like, what was that one movie based off of that biblical account? It was like Joseph or something. They literally showed them like bringing in streams into the crops, and then those streams would fertilize the land, and they wouldn't have to get like basic piping and different things like that, and like a whole bunch of like really complicated things to make the ground fertile like other civilizations had to do. The Egyptians, they pretty much already had it through the Nile. The Nile was naturally made the ground around it fertile, so that made crops more easy. Which is really, really neat, because once you have food, you can start focusing on other things like philosophy and mathematics and really cool flipping structures like this. And this. That's another thing. Take a moment and think about the Sphinx. First and foremost, the Sphinx. Like we always see like pictures of it, and then we're thinking, oh, it's the Sphinx. Like, oh, the Egyptians made it. How did they make it? It's incredible. Think about it. They were in like they were one of the first civilizations, and they built the Sphinx. That's incredible. That's like absolutely incredible. That's like a feat. That is a feat of architecture. That is amazing, is what it is. But let's put all that aside, because to be honest, I could talk to you all day. I could literally make an entire video series, like, just brushing on the architecture of Egypt. And that would probably, like, be at least a year. I could probably stretch that out for at least a year. Like, they were brilliant. But this is what I really want to talk to you today about. The Book of the Dead. I'm sure you've heard of it, like, just about everyone's heard of it. Like, when you think of, like, Egyptian tombs, you also think, like, oh, there was the Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead was there. They have their Book of the Dead. But what is it? is actually really interesting. Basically, like you know, the Egyptian Book of the Dead was meant to be buried with leaders and Egyptian people in order to help guide them through the afterlife. Because basically, the idea with Egyptians was when you died, you would have to go through a bunch of trials in order to get to their version of heaven. And you would go through many trials, like you have to fight demons, you have to go through different things. You have to be prepared in order to go into the afterlife, or else you will not get basically your ticket to salvation. And to the Egyptians, death was like the most important thing to them. Like this life is like nothing compared to like the next one to them. So they want to be prepared for it. So culturally, the Book of the Dead was basically like it. Anyone who was anyone in Egypt wanted to get their hands on it because they wanted to be buried with it. It was not like some like thing that only the pharaohs got. It was basically, it was kind of, I mean, most every pharaoh got it. Like I'm pretty sure just about everyone got one, but the elite would be able to get one if they had the right amount of money. And once they had it, they could basically get their ticket to salvation. I mean, basically what the Book of the Dead compiled of was like different like spells and different things to fight off demons in the afterlife. I mean, there was a whole bunch of requirements. And to date, we have a whole bunch of records of the Book of the Dead. And I mean, I actually had, like, in my vast amount of books, I have my own copy. And I mean, this is just one of the Books of the Dead. There are like probably hundreds upon thousands of them. This is the one called, if you know anything about Egyptian history, if you're a big Egyptologist, this is the Papyrus of Ani, or Anai, or whatever you want to call it, I don't care. It was found by a guy named Budge, which basically the only reason why he got this was by being a total jerk. I mean, I can pretty much explain to you how he got this like this. At the time, the government of Egypt was all like saying to Budge like, hey, so we know that you're like a big Egyptologist and you do a lot of architecture and stuff, but like, can you please just like keep all of our artifacts like in Egypt, because we kind of want it to stay here? And he pretty much responded by doing this. No, I'm going to take this copy of the Papyrus of Anai and I'm going to bring it to a museum, and there's nothing you can do to stop me, because I'm basically the closest thing to Indiana Jones that you guys got, that history's got for that matter. So no, I am not going to respect your rules. I'm going to take this papyrus with me. Good day to you, sir. And so yeah, that's how we got this. Honestly, this video has been dragging out. I hope you learned something from this. I'm really tired because a particular quaking of the earth woke me up. Aiden, I look forward to your next video. Hopefully, by the time I submit this to YouTube, you have already submitted your video from last week, Mr. Late. Yeah. Good day to you, sir. Good day.